Well, I'll tell you what, the San Diego Padres are a handful. You saw that in the ninth inning. There is no quit in that team. It's interesting. The Dodgers, I thought going into the year, and they proved it, best, deepest team in baseball, right? They're up 2-0. What could go wrong? Well, Dave Roberts really doesn't know who his closer is right now because Kenley Jansen last night, 30 pitches, velocity continued to be down. Good swings against him by the Padres. Does he go Joe Kelly? Does he stick with Kenley Jansen? For a team that has everything else going for it, that is the only issue.
All right, so we just showed the highlight, Tom. To me, it's the coolest play in all of sports, the home run robbery. When it's game-saving and it's in the playoffs and it's superstar on superstar crime, it's all the better. What did you make of some of the histrionics after the robbery, from the way the Dodgers reacted and the Padres reacted to the Dodgers, and then the Dodgers reacted to the Padres? What did you make over the way all this went down?
I mean, it was all good by me because to me it was all raw emotion. I don't think anybody was trying to show anybody up. Brusdar Graterol, the relief pitcher, he looked like Charlie Brown after a line drive came back through the box. Everything was going. It was like a yard sale out there on the ground. So I love emotions, and certainly that was, as you said, one of the great postseason catches, certainly in terms of athleticism. Why not give an honest reaction to it?
Tom, Brandon Marshall here. Look, I know a little bit about how hard it is to get over the hump. Played for the Jets, played for the Miami Dolphins. You can even throw the Chicago Bears in there. Look, the Dodgers, do they finally have what it takes to win the World Series? It's been 22 years.
I personally think they do. A couple of reasons for you. Revitalize Clayton Kershaw. There's no question about that. Also, the short season. He's not as tapped out as he normally might be this time of year. But I mentioned depth, and by depth I meant bullpen depth and bench depth. Postseason baseball is about matchup baseball, how you can match up your pitchers against the other team's hitters and vice versa. And to me, the Dodgers have more good options than anybody else to win those matchup games from the sixth inning on.
Tom, I'm rooting for the Dodgers to come out. You know I love Mookie Betts, and I'm trying to get any Red Sox connection possible to the World Series. And then in a stunning turn of events, and I have to be honest with you, Tom, I'm somehow rooting for the Astros. The fact that they've embraced this anti-hero role, I'm just loving it. And here's a quote from Dusty Baker, and I wanted your reaction to this. The role of the villain was given to us. It wasn't something we took on, even though some of it was merited. Or most of it was probably merited. So, do you think that the role of the bad guy is helping the Astros?
Well, first of all, thanks for clarifying that. They fully earned it by what they did, so let's not escape that. But I think, yes, it's kind of us against the world by the Astros. And let's not forget, because we lost track of this during the season, this is an extremely talented team, especially on the offensive end. I thought they woefully underperformed offensively this year. You're starting to see them in the postseason environment, which they love, by the way, and have plenty of experience, rising to the level they should be. I'm talking about the Springers, the Bregmans, the Correas, the Altuves. We all know the names. We've seen them on the prime time the last few years, and they're playing prime time baseball right now.
All right, Tom, let's talk about the series you're covering. You're out there covering Braves, Marlins. Man, everything's going right for the Braves right now. They're on the verge of making it to the NLCS. How is everything clicking for them so perfectly?
My goodness, they're pitching. It's a clinic here every day watching this team. And it's not just the starters. Ian Anderson has been terrific. To me, he's the Michael Wacha of 2013 this postseason. Rookie pitcher coming out like, who is this dude? Breakout star owning the postseason. But I look at Atlanta after that. Remember, this team did not get a lot of innings out of their starting pitchers during the season. So Brian Snitker used a very deep and good bullpen. And my goodness, they've allowed just one run this postseason, that bullpen. Guys, I love my favorite diner because when I go in there, that menu is like an encyclopedia, and I can't go wrong by whatever I pick. That's Brian Snitker and his bullpen. He's got a million options, and they're all good.
Go with the chicken fried steak. It's always the right answer there. All right, so listen.
No.
Tom, I thought
Greek salad.
that the issue some of the previous generation of baseball players had with the current generation is they don't go hard enough on every play, too much loafing, too much, camaraderie amongst guys. But now we've got an old school guy, Don Mattingly, saying Ronald Acuna Jr., my guy, Ronald Acuna, he's playing too hard. That's the spikes up, sliding to second base. Get it out of here. So what did you make of the mini controversy between Mattingly and one of the best players in the whole sport?
Yeah, I understand where Donnie's coming from. He's backing up one of his own players. I get the feeling if that was one of his guys with the same exact slide, he'd be totally cool with the effort. It was a legal slide by the definition of the rule, so I don't have a problem with it. Listen, what I love about the postseason this year, there are no off days here. We don't hit the pause button, take a travel day. It's day after day after day. So these teams, intra-divisional rivals, already saw each other 10 times during the season. They know each other a little too well, so some of that comes into play as well.
Tom, man, look, I like the drama, man. And watching Acuna versus the Marlins, this is a big deal. I want to get your thoughts here, but look, Acuna went to Instagram, and he took a page out of Conor McGregor's book talking about, I like to take the time to apologize to absolutely nobody. So you got to give us some inside scoop, man, of what's going on with this Acuna versus the Marlins thing.
He's tired of getting hit. It's as simple as that. I mean, he's gotten hit 5 times by the Marlins. No other team in baseball has hit him more than twice. Now, listen, he also said, listen, they have to hit me because they can't get me out. Well, what happened the next day? They came out and punched him out 4 straight times. So you got to wear that, too. But when I look at Ronald Acuna, I see a guy who stands close to the dish because he loves the ball away. His slugging percentage on pitches away is higher than anywhere else in the zone. So you have to pitch him inside. And these Marlins pitchers, they do that. They have great fastball velocity, #1 fastball team in the postseason. I wouldn't be surprised if they hit him again today. Have to pitch him inside.
There you go. Good prediction from Tom, calling out people getting hit. I asked about the Astros, and it's actually cool. Hey, question for you, Tom. The Yankees hitting the ball, great, but Aaron Boone getting a lot of criticism for some weird pitching decisions. Do you think this criticism is warranted?
Yeah, I think he is. He took a gamble, maybe got a little bit too cute by getting Davy Garcia out so early to kind of flip the lineup, bring in the lefty against the lefties in the Tampa Bay lineup. I understood the strategy of it, but it seemed very early in the game to pull the trigger on that move. Didn't work out, obviously. But right now, I think the fact is the Rays just have more better options. I talked about Snitker's bullpen options. The Rays just have so many of them, and they've pitched the Yankees tough the entire season. It really hasn't changed here. It's a strikeout staff, and boy, the Yankees have known that going into this postseason and have been reinforced.
Okay, Tom, I get it. Yanks' backs are up against the wall. I get it. They're getting outpitched. I get it. Bats are a little bit cold. All that being said, any shot the Yankees, I get it. Any shot the Yankees have to get back into the series? Win the series?
Yeah, I mean, of course, because, they can do that with home runs. That's the way the Yankees play baseball, right? I mean, this is what pretty much the postseason has been. If you out-homer the other team, you win the ball game. I mean, we are still literally waiting for the first sacrifice bunt in this postseason. We played about 28 games. It's just a different kind of baseball these days. And the Yankees are really good about playing that kind of baseball because they can change the game with just 1 or 2 swings. They don't need to put a 4 or 5 hit rally together. So, yes, with power, you always have a chance.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.